Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Alicia. I hope you'll subscribe before you leave. In today's video, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. We are going to be doing a demo / review on the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. This is not a new palette, but it is new to me. If you caught my Black Friday haul, this is one of the things that I picked up. I got it for like half off. It normally retails for $129, so I got it for $65 and I got a pack of 2. I got this one and I also got the Biba palette, which I cannot wait to try out. But yeah, I wanted to start with this one. I love warm tone looks. This is what the palette looks like if you're not familiar with it. I love the actual feel of this palette. You open it up and you have got 15 eyeshadows for $129. Pretty steep. These pans are very deep though. It would take you a while to run out of these shades. So I think that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at these $129 palettes as opposed to her $65 palettes. These pans are deeper. So if it's shades that you know you're going to be using all the time, or if you're a makeup artist, I think that would be more of a justification of picking up one of her $129 palettes. I do like that you can fold this all the way back and hold it like a palette, like an actual like artistry palette. But yeah, I love these tones. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some swatches. Now, for the sake of time, I am not going to swatch everything, but I am going to swatch some of these shimmers and also this matte. Look at that matte. I'm going to swatch another matte. This one I did use on my lid. The mattes swatch just as good as the shimmers. Holy cow. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and get right into the tutorial. All right, I've got you guys pulled in. You know the deal. I've got on my moisturizer, lip balm, and the only other thing I have on is my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which I love so much. And we are going to go ahead and get right in with the eye look. Let me first off start off by saying that I love the actual feel of this palette. The texture of it and everything, it's hard to describe. It's like a pleather type of material, but I do actually like the feel and the weight of this. You open it up, it's magnetic. You've got a mirror in there. I've got it covered still so it doesn't blind you guys. Now this I'm not crazy about, this little flap here that has got all of your shade names. I would have much preferred if they were just, you know, on the little foam here, but this is your color story here. Now this is not a new palette by any means, but it is new to me and I have really been wanting to try it out, so that is what we're gonna do. At this point, I guess I am gonna remove this little protective cover and I'm gonna use this mirror when I'm getting ready. The first color I'm gonna go in with is this one down here, which is Soul. Just because I love like mustardy shades like that. Now this palette does have some kick up, as you can tell, so just something to be aware of. Again, doesn't really bother me, but it may be a trigger for you, so all right, that is a pretty, it looks like a pretty bright shade, honestly, whenever you put it on. So I have gotten some new piercings lately. I don't know, like in the past 2 months, I've probably got 5 piercings and I want 2 more that I know of. So I got my second and third holes. I also got my rook, the flat, and my helix over here. I really want to get the forward helix, and I also want to get the daith and possibly the tragus. So I don't know what it is. It's like I didn't get piercings forever and now I'm just on a kick. I love the extra bling. I think it's so pretty. Possibly even thinking about 4th holes. I just want to be fully blinged out. Okay, so there is that shade. It blended out nicely. Honestly, nothing that I wouldn't get from other palettes, just to be honest with you, but we're gonna keep going and see what else we think here. The next shade that I'm gonna go in with is this one right here, which is the shade Horizon. Not as much kick up with this one. And I'm gonna put this right under that other shade, basically in the same area. I just want you to be able to see that like yellow expand out from this kind of like sunrise type of vibe, you know what I mean? I really like this shade. Those two shades blended out amazing together. All right, next up, I think I'm gonna go into this warm brown color here. It's called Terra. I'm guessing kind of like a dark terracotta is what she was aiming for there. I'm gonna take a flat brush and just going to pack this on this outer corner over here, just for some definition. And again, that blended so nicely together. Very nice. Okay, next up, I am going to go in with this shade right here, Mandarin. I just think that is such a stunning color. So I'm gonna use my finger for this, and I'm just going to press this on the lid. It's honestly not that impressive on the eye, oddly enough. All right, I think I'm gonna go in with this Morgana shade, which is just a little bit darker, to kind of blend that brown and the Mandarin shade together. I'm gonna put that right here. I'm going to take a little liner brush and I'm gonna go into this shade right here, but I'm really liking how this one is catching the light. That is Sun Dazed. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit of this, and I think I'm gonna pop this right in the center, just for a little bit more dimension. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with a little fluffy brush. I'm gonna go back in with this little Horizon shade, and I'm gonna put that directly into that crease. All right, and then yeah, last off, I'm gonna go in with this dark brown shade, and I'm just going to line my eye with that. And as you can tell, I'm starting off on the outer edge over here. And what I like to do is, as I come in, I start getting lower and lower to the lashes until when I'm about halfway, I am going in to my actual lashes. That way it's just like a natural type of a fade. All right, that is going to be it for the eye look currently. I'm gonna go ahead, clean this up, catch up my other eye, do my face makeup, and then we will be back for the lower lash line and final thoughts. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna run you through what I've got on the rest of my face. So I think I might have one more use out of this, but this is just about out. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream. I have mine in the shade 510 Fair, perfect match. Rediscovered this, love it. L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. I have mine in the shade 345 Oatmeal. Great with a pink undertone, really cancels out dark circles. I have been setting everything down with, hold on just a second. I set everything down with this powder here. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder. I have mine in the shade Light. It's just a nice thin powder that really sets everything down. I love the convenience of having a pressed powder, so I've been loving that. For bronzer, I pulled this one out. This is such a good one. Anytime I'm doing like a really warm toned look, this is usually the bronzer that I want to pull for. This is the Morphe and I don't know how you say her name, Avani Gregg. This is the Morphe and Avani Gregg bronzer. I have mine in the shade Cali, and I love it so much. I also love how big the pan size is. There is some glitter in there, however, that does not come off on your cheeks. So really do love this. For highlighter, I pulled this one back out. It is one that I love so much ever since I tried it. This is one of the favorite things that I tried in 2021. This is the Urban Decay in Prince liquid highlighter, and yeah, it really is good. For the lips, I have on my Maybelline Toast lip liner, and this is the Anastasia. This is the matte lipstick in the shade Kiss. And this matte lipstick, it reminds me of the MAC matte formula. It is not drying at all. Very comfortable to wear, and yeah, it definitely gives me those vibes. It doesn't have that MAC smell, but the formula is pretty similar. Brows, I've got on the classic Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Medium Brown, and I think that gets us all caught up. Now, I did get a little bit ahead of myself. I went ahead and put on my mascara, not thinking. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2. This is just about done. I've been using it every day. Love it so much. Have nothing but good things to say about that. But I put on the lower lash line mascara, and this is before we did the lower lash line. So I'm still going to try to do it, and we're just going to get right into it. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is go into that igneous, I guess is how you say, color, this dark brown that we use to line the upper lash line. We're also going to line the lower lash line. And I'm going to go into that same angled liner brush that I used up top. I am going to tap this off just because we've already got on our face makeup. And I'm going to try to get this where you guys can see it. I'm going to go up under my lashes, and I'm going to get this as close to the lower lash line as I can. And I'm really just smudging this out. I might darken it up just a hair, but that is a pretty dark shade. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with this little pencil type brush, and I'm going to go into that Horizon shade, that nice warm orange that we have all throughout the crease up here, and I'm going to put that right along all these edges. And you can see how dusting that off, it really took a lot of that pigment away. Alright, so I dusted it off a little bit more lightly this time. And now we've got a little bit of pigment showing. Add a smidge more. Okay, now I'm going to wipe this off. So I just have like a little washcloth here that I use every time I get ready. I just flip it to a different side, and I'm gonna take a clean brush now and just go along the very outer edges. Okay. Then I'm gonna take a little smudger brush, and I really kind of like this Mandarin shade here. I'm gonna dip into that. And I'm not gonna tap this off. And I'm gonna get this right here in that inner third. I'm gonna get a little bit more. Just because I want that like orangish yellow glow that we have going on the lid. I want to carry that down. Okay, and then the last thing, I wanted to see if the shade was too dark. This shade we did not use. This is it's called Aubade, the shade right here. And that is the shade I'm going to put in my inner corner. So I'm going to get this just on a little flat brush. And because I already have on my mascara, I've got to kind of angle this brush a little bit. I'm going to get this right on the inner corner. And I'm kind of feathering this up into our upper lid here. I'm going to add a little bit more right to the inner corner. And then I'm going to carry that down and connect it to where we did that inner third shade. Okay, that's it on the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and catch up the other eye, and then we'll be back for the final thoughts. So this is the finished makeup look. I like the eye look. Having said that, I should for $129. You know what I mean? I do think a lot of the shades that I used performed really, really well. However, personally, I would not spend $129 on this. I did not spend $129 on this, and I'm so glad that I didn't. I got this for like half off, so $65. So that isn't too bad of a price for me. Having said that though, I really, really have an issue with this little thing here, okay? So when I'm using this, if you have it up, you're looking up like that through the mirror. Otherwise, you have to like keep putting it down, putting it up, putting it down, putting it up. And to me, that is very, very annoying. I don't understand the thought process of it. I have the Safari palette. I also have the Tropical palette. I don't think that the Biba is like this either. So I'm glad that she did away with this. This is one of her older palettes. It is just new to me. So while I love the warm tones, like I absolutely love warm tones with brown eyes, it's definitely not worth $129. I think that this shade down here, while it is a beautiful shade and I think it really adds to this palette, I think this shade is kind of subpar. It's very loosely packed. That's why when you put your brush in this, there is so much kick up, and then when you're putting it on, it kind of blows out everywhere. So you really have to be careful if you're trying to make like a precise, clean look and you don't want this to just be like a transition / blowout shade. So I will say that everything else that I used performed really well. I have no issues with anything else that I used. I will say that I thought that this would be a little bit more intense on the eye. You have to keep in mind I have on 3 shimmers on the lid. So I've got on this shade, and this shade. That is the glow that is going on. I do think that all the shades in here perform really well. I think it's kind of odd that you've got this row of cool tone shades over here. I mean, I like the addition, but it is just kind of odd in this very warm toned palette. So I will say that. But yeah, that is my thoughts. It performed well. I like the look. I don't like the price tag of it unless you can get it on sale, and I really don't like the design of this palette. So that's my thoughts. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.